morning everyone, I am back today to talk to you about making progress in your off season or your growing season. Maybe you are a competitor, maybe you're not, but either way, a lot of people that are serious about their fitness journey do bulking and cutting cycles essentially. So for competitors that would be prep and off season, or for lifestyle fitness people that would just be their cutting and growing seasons, which I prefer the term improvement season personally, just because I don't have like an off season where I just say screw it, like nothing matters. I'm still tracking macros, I'm still training really hard. So I like to call it improvement season rather than off season, because I love the lifestyle and I live it year round regardless of whether my body fat is increasing or decreasing. So this video I wanted to talk to you guys all about tracking your progress and ensuring that you are doing everything that you can to make the best progress possible. One tool for tracking your progress is your weight. A lot of people attach way too much emotion, positive or negative, to their weight, which I have definitely been there. I think everyone has probably been there, but over time you realize that your gravitational pull, it's not that important. Obviously during prep you want your weight to be decreasing. During your improvement season your weight should be increasing at a very controlled pace. Personally, my coach and I are aiming to gain 10 pounds or less before I do my next prep, which, as you guys know, is not going to be for a very long time. So in between now and when I start prep again, I will still do mini cutting cycles just to keep things in an optimal range, but I will not be doing a full-blown competition prep where I'm aiming to get stage lean. So obviously if you have weight-based milestones, you're gonna need a scale. This is the one that I have been using for the past little while, and I'm really liking it because it is more than just tracking your weight. It also tracks your body fat, your water weight, your bone mass, and then also your muscle mass. So it's the Body Analyzer 1 from My Life Shop, which is from Vanity Planet. So the main numbers that I'm concerned about when I am taking my measurements are my weight, my body fat percentage, and my muscle mass. What's really cool about this scale is you set up individual profiles, so you can set up whether you're male, female, and then male athlete or female athlete. So that means it takes your readings differently, knowing that you are a trained individual who likely will have different muscle mass versus the general population. Your age, your height, I think that's it. But basically, you step on the scale and you press for your profile. So here's mine. I am 5'4.5". I'm 21 years old and I am profile 1. So that's my profile, and then you weigh yourself, and as you can see in the clip inserted here, you weigh yourself and it displays your weight first, and then once you stand there for a few more seconds, it will tell you all of the other readings. So I weigh myself probably 5 times a week, and then on top of that, I will be recording my muscle mass and my body fat percentage every week when I send my check-in to my coach. So that will be how I'm keeping track of the weight, body fat percentage, muscle mass. The goal is to keep the weight gain controlled, like I said, within 10 pounds of my stage weight. So my stage weight was 124. I'm currently sitting just barely over 2 pounds above that, and it has been 4 or 5 weeks, 4 weeks since I competed. So a 2-pound weight gain in 4 weeks, which did include a couple free meals. It included a lot of traveling. I would say that's pretty good, and that is a totally fine pace. We will probably anticipate my weight to kind of hold for a little bit now, just because we are increasing my macros at a more moderate pace, but we shall see. I'm doing a lot of traveling and more free meals in the future, so we just kind of play it by ear. But my macros have increased a lot. I'm eating almost like 75% more now, calorie-wise, so I feel really good. Even though my weight is up and I'm a little softer, I'm feeling awesome because my energy is so much higher. My cognitive function is better. I am just like a more pleasant person to be around, because as much as one may try, when you are feeling the prep feels, it is really hard to be your normal, happy, perky, chipper self. I'm loving off season. I have some great goals for off season, and the rest of this video is going to be talking about a couple other ways that I will be tracking them and ensuring that I'm progressing in an optimal manner. So thank you for watching so far. If you are enjoying this content, please give this video a like, and I will see you in the next clip. So before we jump into the workout, I just wanted to show you guys what I am currently taking as my pre-workout supplement stack. Everything is from PE Science as always, so I'll put the discount code across the screen. But I'm currently taking a 1.5 scoops of amino IV, which are branched chain amino acids and essential amino acids, 2 scoops of high volume, which is a pump product and increases blood flow to your muscles, and then 1 capsule of True CDP, which is a cognitive aid, a nootropic. And then on days where I don't drink coffee and still need an extra energy boost, I take half a scoop of alphamine, which I didn't picture. And then during my workout, I take another scoop of amino IV to keep a constant supply of amino acids going to my muscles. So after a little shoulder warm-up, which is pretty standard, I started with dumbbell bench press, and I was going for sets of 12 for this entire workout. So this is the first set. I did 25 pounds in each hand, and I ended up going up after this, but it was a good weight for my first working set. Some things to remember when you're dumbbell bench pressing are to keep your scapulas retracted and then keep your butt on the bench, and also squeeze your chest at the top of each rep. So one of the number one keys to making sure that you are taking advantage of your off season or growth season is tracking your workouts. And honestly, you should be tracking your workouts no matter if you're trying to grow or shred down, because this is how you stay accountable. It's how you make sure you are progressing in all of your lifts. And as you guys know, the number one component of muscle growth is progressive overload, meaning you are increasing the volume of your workout over time. And how will you know if you're increasing your overall volume over time if you don't even keep track of your volume? So as you can see, I have been using Body Space from bodybuilding.com. They have a app for this where you can track your workouts, you can track your weight measurements, progress photos, that kind of stuff. So I've been tracking my workouts on there, and you guys can go ahead and add me if you want to see what I'm up to. My username is Wold Fit. Right here, I am adding my first exercise, which you guys saw was a dumbbell bench press. Next up, I had machine chest flies, and with this, you just want to make sure that you're getting the full range of motion. You should feel a stretch at this point, and then you should squeeze really hard in the middle. I don't do a ton of chest work, but I do like to incorporate it a couple times a week just to make sure I am balanced. And then I moved on to single arm standing dumbbell presses, and this again works your shoulders. I like to do these single arm and standing just as a variation that activates your core a lot more, and then it also allows me to focus on my shoulders individually because I have shoulder imbalances as far as how they move and as well as their size. So I do a lot of things unilaterally to try to correct that. As you can see, I like to keep my hand on my core just as a reminder to stay tight and stand up tall. As the weights get heavier with this exercise, it's really easy to kind of bend over to the other side to compensate, but to activate your core correctly, you need to stand straight. And then I also like to think about squeezing my shoulder at the top of every rep. that, I moved on to another unilateral exercise. This time I'm doing single arm lateral raises. I kept these pretty light because I was going for 12 reps for each set, and your shoulders are a pretty small muscle, so if you're going too heavy on these, other muscles like your traps will for sure take over. So go light on these as needed to feel the burn in only your shoulders. That's something that I have struggled with basically since I started lifting, and while it's getting better, I consciously have to think about it every single rep in order to not let my traps take over. Here I'm doing reverse machine flies or reverse pec deck, and this works your rear delts. Same thing with the lateral raises. You need to pick a weight that is light enough for you to go slow and controlled and contract only your rear delts. This is really tough to feel the mind muscle connection, but there are a few different exercises you can try, and this happens to be the one that I feel best in my rear delts. Next up, I did a couple tricep exercises. So these are cable push downs. You can do them either overhand or underhand. Here I'm doing overhand, but generally when you're doing tricep exercises, the cues are to keep your elbows in the same spot and then to contract hard at the bottom where you see that horseshoe form. Then I moved on to modified dumbbell skull crushers, which the modification is just the way I twist my wrist. Is a little non-traditional, but I do that just because I feel like better contraction and it's more comfortable on my wrists and shoulders. So you can play with exercises and tweak them as you need, just like I do here. This works the long head of your triceps. The last exercise worked more the short head of your triceps, but the cues are the same for both. I went back to shoulders for a couple burnout exercises after I did triceps, and this one is called the Bradford press or up and overs. So basically you're just pressing up and over, back and forth, keeping constant tension on your delts, and the goal of this is to just burn like hell. So this clip is an entire set, 20 each side, and as you can see by my faces and struggling at the end, it sucked, and you can see me even like hit my hat because I couldn't get it over at the end. Last but not least, I did a quick triple drop set of lateral raises, starting with 12s and then 10s and then 6s. So this is just to totally burn out my shoulders. I've found that my delts respond well to a lot of volume and blood flow, so I try to incorporate these type of drop sets into every shoulder workout at the end. But that will conclude this voiceover. Please let me know if you enjoyed the voiceover. You guys really liked my last one, so hopefully this one is the same. Leave a comment below and a thumbs up to let me know, and I will try to do more in the future. Alright guys, take 2 on this vlog. I ended up not recording anything else yesterday just because we got really busy and circumstances just did not line up for the vlog. But today I'm going to take you guys with me to Chipotle, but first Drew and I have to go work out. Hi. And then we're gonna hit our favorite post-workout Chipotle spot, and I will show you guys how I track that. And that is a wrap. I had a killer leg workout. You did legs too?
Yeah.
It was solid. We are on our way to our favorite place, Chipotle. And I will be bringing my handy dandy food scale inside with me, and that is because I have the ability to be very accurate tracking this meal, so I'm going to be very accurate. Drew and I have been doing the Chiptopia rewards program with Chipotle,
and we're getting hot.
And it's getting hot in here.
3 months.
Well, I didn't last month because I was out of town, but Drew got it, so he's carrying the team on his back. I got medium status last month.
We need 18 more people.
And no, babe, we're gonna use it as a meal prep.
Right.
Like, we're gonna get the party for 20 and eat it all to ourselves for like a week. That's the plan. We don't have 18 friends here.
No, we don't. Let's be honest, that'll last us like 5 days.
Yeah, so that's the game plan for the next 2 months is he needs to get hot status. I might as well get medium both times again so I can get like a free hat or something. But anyways, we're going to Chipotle. I'm bringing my food scale inside, and that is kind of a controversial topic, it seems, to like bring your food scale to places, but being that we are going to Chipotle so frequently, I would like to be accurate when I go. I am all for estimating when you need to estimate, but if bringing your food scale and weighing it is like not a hassle and you mentally like don't obsess over it and you're not hurting anyone, I don't see the problem with it. If I like forget my food scale, which happens, or if I'm somewhere where I can't estimate, then that's totally fine, and I just do my best and carry on with my day. But I have the ability to estimate, so that's what I'm gonna do, or I have the ability to track, so that's what I'm gonna do. For example, yesterday we went to Piata at the Mall of America, and it was absolutely delicious, but I know for a fact that the macros weren't accurate that were on their website, and I just enjoyed it and moved on with my life. So that's kind of where my head's at. I think that if you can be as accurate as possible in your off season without feeling like crazy about it, then you should be, because then when you need to estimate or take a free meal or whatever, it's not a big deal at all, and you've been very consistent, so it won't hinder your progress whatsoever. But if you're constantly estimating, constantly not hitting your macros, it's very hard to do, especially a reverse diet, just because that is such a like gradual thing, and if your macros aren't right, then you can't really accurately judge where you need to be. So that's just where my head's at. We're a block away from Chipotle, so let's go eat. Alright, now that I got my food, I just wanted to briefly explain how I track everything accurately, just because I've surprisingly gotten a lot of questions about this, so I figured I might as well record it and show you guys. So basically my strategy is, in the bowl I put anything that is lower calorie and it's not really going to impact the overall macros if the serving sizes aren't super accurate. So I ask for a salad with fajita veggies on top, and then I ask for barbacoa on the side. On top of the salad I get pico, and then if I get corn I ask for that on the side as well. So in the bowl is the lettuce, the fajita veggies, the pico, and then I also request for them to sprinkle extra cilantro on top. And then if I get guacamole, that's on the side too. So everything is just individually weighed out. If you put the bowl on the scale and zero it out between each item, then you know exactly how much everything is. So here is the finished masterpiece. It is delicious and never gets old, honestly, even after eating it like almost every day lately. But I just wanted to thank you guys for watching this video, and I also wanted to let you know that you can save 60% on the scale I was talking about earlier. It is the first link in my bio, so check that out if you're on the market for a new scale. So I really hope it was informational and helpful for you. Please give it a like if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments below if you appreciated more informational or if you like more entertainment style videos. I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.